4 horses are dead in Converse County, possibly after being poisoned. A controversial bill banning teaching about gender issues in the classroom dies in committee, and snow-capped mountains in early August is a sign we may have a colder and wetter winter in store. Bringing you these stories and more from Wyoming's largest news organization, I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. 4 horses turned up dead on a Converse County ranch last week, and the owners believe they were poisoned with a neurological toxin, but they're uncertain how the drug was administered. The owners of the horses, Joe and Lindsay Bright, are adamant that someone entered their private property and poisoned 5 horses on July 31st. One was treated by a Colorado State University veterinarian and saved. But Cowboy State Daily's John Thompson said no one is willing to talk about it except on social media.
They've argued with people online who have said, well, it might have been a weed or it might have been something else. And they've said, no, we know this is what it is. And they also alluded to the fact that there might be someone they know who has an axe to grind that may not be happy with them.
Converse County Undersheriff Nate Hughes said the case was turned over to state investigators. He declined to confirm the date of the alleged crime or any further details. And Wyoming livestock investigator Chris Strang also declined to provide any details. In a meeting of the Joint Education Committee Tuesday afternoon, legislators voted to reject part of a bill proposed by Representative Bo Beitman that would have prohibited teachers from teaching on sexual orientation and gender identity to kindergarten through 3rd graders. Cowboy State Daily's political reporter Leo Wolfson said the committee discussed the bill for over 4 hours, ultimately voting to reject the teaching ban but to accept another portion of the bill.
The bill would also require any changes to a student's mental health status be notified to the parents. They did vote to support passing the mental health notifications part of the bill, and it seems like that one's probably headed towards a pretty easy passage. There wasn't a lot of opposition to it at Tuesday's meeting.
Democrat Representative Carly Provenza told Cowboy State Daily she considered it a win for democracy, the Constitution, and the people of Wyoming. A black bear walked up to a man relaxing in a hammock in a Colorado campground late Saturday and bit the man's arm before wandering off. And now Colorado wildlife officials are out to kill it. The attack happened in a campground in the Purgatory River bottoms east of I-25 near Trinidad. And according to Cowboy State Daily's outdoors reporter Mark Hines, as of Tuesday, Colorado Parks and Wildlife agents are still looking for the bear.
When they catch it, the plan is to go ahead and kill it because it's had contact with a human. That is standard policy with Colorado Parks and Wildlife. If a bear attacks or causes injury to a human, then they will kill it.
The attack is the 3rd black bear incident this year in Colorado. I'll be back with more news after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Biden administration last week canceled the purchase of 6 million barrels of oil as part of an effort to refill the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, or SPR, after oil prices shot up over $80 a barrel. Now, with prices at the pump up 30 cents over the last month, some are wondering if the president will choose to tap America's dwindling reserves to bring gas prices back down and avoid upsetting voters, which Cowboy State Daily energy reporter Kevin Kilo says is what led to the situation in the first place.
He's been using what is supposed to be an emergency supply for political expediency to keep gas prices down and not upset voters. The problem is he's walking this tightrope, but at the same time, he doesn't want to produce any oil because that upsets one set of voters. At the same time, oil prices go up, gasoline prices go up. This upsets voters as well.
Rob Wallace, former staff director for the U.S. Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, told Cowboy State Daily that the SPR was never meant to be a control knob for gasoline prices. And those in north central Wyoming have been noticing a surprising phenomenon in the mountains for the beginning of August: summer snow. Cowboy State Daily meteorologist Don Day admitted that while not unheard of, to have snow on the summit of Fremont Peak in the Wind River Mountains and on the pinnacles of the Grand Tetons this early in the summer is unusual. Day said all indications suggest that Wyoming and most of the country actually is going to have an active winter, meaning above average snow and colder conditions. And that's today's news. You can read about all of these stories and more on CowboyStateDaily.com, Wyoming's largest and most read news source. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.